Thank you. Thank you so much. For this text. I don't have a PowerPoint. Give me later. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can I invite everybody to be seated? Thank you. Thank you. Dear Director General of FAO, Dr. Qi Dongyu, Your Excellency Minister Gilberto Silva, representing the Prime Minister of Cape Verde, His Excellency Ulysses Correa Silva, Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, WASAG partners, and also WASAG friends. Very good afternoon to all of you. My name is Li Fengli. I'm the Director of Land and Water Division of FAO. It is truly a great pleasure and a privilege for me to warmly welcome all of you here in the plenary hall and those online to a special event during the 2024 World Food Forum, the high-level rainwater dialogue on WASAG, the global framework on water scarcity in agriculture. To get started, I invite us to follow the cultural performance by the children's choir, Piccola Cora di Piazza Victoria from the Donato School in Rome.
When you
Bravo, bravo. What a wonderful performance. Let's give us another round of applause to the choir. If you don't follow in the Italian as I either, it's above the rhythm and the song, Love the Africa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Before we proceed further, please note the following logistics. Interpretation is available in the 6 official UN languages. If you are joining us via Zoom, you can select your preferred language by clicking on the globe icon at the bottom of your Zoom window. For those present in the room, you can double-click on the small screen in front of you, then choose your language and listen through the headsets provided on your desk. During the time allocated to the discussion, for the participant in the room, please press the button in front of your screen to indicate that you wish to speak. Once the floor is given to you, you can press it again and then speak. For the online participants, please write your questions, comment in the chat box, or raise your hand, and then ensure that your name and organization also appear on the Zoom. WASAG, since its foundation in 2016, call on all of us to work more closely together to find solutions to the challenges of water scarcity in agriculture. Today, we are taking an important and historical step in this regard during this high-level dialogue. Now, I'm pleased to invite the high-level speakers to join me on this stage, please. All the high-level speakers sitting in the front, please join me on this stage. DG, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, I'm very pleased to invite Dr. Qidong Yu, FAO Director General, to deliver his opening remarks. Director General, please.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, I know some of you still on hunger, but without the food, without water, there are 3 elements: air, water, and the food. So we already breathed fresh air, we had enough air, and we are coming to water second, and then food is last. Yeah. So I really appreciate all the ministers make their long way to come to Roma to support this dialogue. Welcome to this high-level Roma water dialogue on the global framework of the water scarcity in agriculture and the umbrella World Food Forum. Water scarcity is one of today's greatest challenges threatening global food security. That's why we bring these issues to the COP27, first time integrated water with food security and energy together. That was 2 years ago. I still remember, appreciate the contribution and support from the presidency COP27 in Egypt. Water scarcity is always not a new topic, but we do have the way to think differently. And the health of our natural resources also is a matter of the water health. We need water, clean water, no polluted water. So keep the water real only H2O. Because nowadays in the water, there are so many other things, not only H2O. That's what we want, extreme crisp clean water if possible. And the water is matter to the livelihood of millions of people, particularly in vulnerable regions. That's why some water scarcity area, extremely scarcity area, you need the benefit of international trade. Not necessary to produce the water, consumer crops, commodity in the extremely drought. That's the beauty and the complementary of the role of agri-food system globally. So it's good for your country, it's good for the other country who have a lot of water, can produce especially staple food. So I'm talking about global food security, not only individual region or countries. So we have to use the water efficiency more properly global level, not only in individual members level. So let's talk a little bit, jump out of box and jump out of your small territory, because we share the small planet. Even planet is big enough for you, but for us, it's too small. Yeah? By 2050, more than half the global population will live in the area that the risk of water scarcity at least 1 month a year, even worse. I think the people here is a little bit optimistic because Italy in general, we are in the peninsula, in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. Sometimes they start to complain the water shortage. But be honest, Italy is one of the ideal places to have good water, clean water, and enough water. Some shortage might be small cases and across the season, across the months, across the region, small region. It's not the big issues, in my opinion, compared to other challenge areas in the world. So that's my basic observation during the past 5 years I stay here. I know the Italian people, the government, they are willing to stress the cooperation with other partners. That's why the Minister of Water Resources from China, he came to official visit to Italy. Fortunately, I got him to participate in the Roma Water Dialogue because he's the most famous expert in China and in the world. Agriculture, which uses over the 70% of the fresh water withdrawal, it's especially vulnerable to the water scarcity. The impact of climate crisis, such as change in the rainfall patterns and the record citing heat waves, makes the situation even worse. In 2016, WASAG was launched at the UN Climate Conference in the Marrakech to support the countries in addressing these challenges. So many years, Morocco, king, government, and the people put so much effort systematically to deal with the water issues, not only water scarcity, and other issues. I think they make a remarkable achievement. We are proud to be close partners with Morocco to help the other members not only solve their own problem and the strong leadership of the community from Prime Minister and the King. In 2019, the first WASAG International Forum was organized in Cape Verde in partnership with Italy, Switzerland, and FAO. I had the fortune to visit Cape Verde about 3 months ago, actually two and a half. If the Cape Verde can reach to middle income, no any other members in the world, especially in Africa, you have to do better even, because their environment, including water scarcity and all the other environment challenges, but they now finished, they reached the middle income countries. It's a remarkable achievement, and the leaders and the minister agriculture and the local governments and so on and so forth. I think it's a good experience I can share. I was honored to invite by the Prime Minister to witness the restore of the water irrigation canal. It was built by hand 70 years ago. It's really something I recall myself in China in 1970s in Dazai. It's a small village which is so famous. You know, the people, they built the new terrace, and also, especially under my former DDG, she was the first woman Minister of Agriculture. He built a lot of reclaim, actually, a new land from a rock, big rock, not small, It's really remarkable, and also more important, I want to share my touch feeling together with the Minister of Agriculture from Cape Verde. We climbed the mountains on top, they witnessed the first plant trees by Semedo's father 70 years ago, started growing this challenge island. So we have a lot of things, not only learning the technology, we should learn in the spirit, fighting against hunger, fighting against the challenge situations we are facing. Climate will change, even will be worse, but we have enough intelligence to deal with. And last year, and so many years, 28 years, the UN first time again to convene the UN Water Conference, especially supported by the Royal Kingdom of Netherlands and also Tajikistan. That's also another new chapter, I hope, with the engagement from all the members. Of course, strong support the professional by FAO and others. And recently, last month, the Secretary General nominated a special envoy on water. She is the former Minister of Foreign Affairs from Indonesia. So now we are going to build the momentum and the coherence to deal with not only agricultural issues and water scarcity in agri-food systems and rural areas, also globally, more big picture. But FAO definitely we wanted to play the more professional role to support the members, support the relevant partners, and with a new way of thinking and new solutions. So we are here today after so many successful meetings. Now I mentioned a few, and last year I said, I committed, I'm going to establish a Roma water dialogue. Next year, we're again, because next year is the jubilee year of the Rome. You can imagine many hundred years ago, Rome, they already have installed a very well functional tap water. So that all the Jubilean people come and they can enjoy the clean water built by the ancestor and in any public places here. I think that's the only one big city in the world that still can use the Asian network of the water supply. That's why we can learn from the past. Don't forget our ancestors, their wisdom, their intelligent solutions. And then we can look forward, how we can improve. Dear colleagues, today's dialogue offers the important opportunity to reflect on progress made, but more importantly, to map the road ahead. So I strongly encourage you to test the water quality in Rome, any place on the public place. I always drink tap water when I take a walk here in Rome. I still trust the quality which built, offered, maintained by Roma people many hundred years ago. What is our offer for our great-great-grandchildren? Not only think for your own, for the history in the future. This task requires global solidarity, collaboration. We all have a role to play. Addressing water scarcity requires integrated water management because it is a finite resources. I don't want to give the lecture in front of experts here. Yeah, that's the typical language from FAO. They suppose everyone didn't understand their business. No, they're even deeper and more details understand that. Even Dr. Lee, you are director of the division. They are real experts. He's a minister. I know Minister of Water Resources of China. He was a #1 expert. He was a manager Hua River of Yellow River. Yeah. So, for this reason, the FAO conference in July 2023 endorsed the FAO biennial theme of the 2024 to 2025, integrated water management for the 4 betters. We want to bring the connection between water management and the 4 betters. 4 betters is not only food production, food nutrition and the environment, and also better life. Chinese, it's difficult to translate better life because it's there are 2 meanings. One, livelihood, one is life quality. So anyway, but we try our best to understand what is real meaning in different languages. The theme is therefore is a corporate priority. WASAG is one of the key events in FAO water journey to maximize synergy Under the Effort Strategy Framework 2022 to 31, we are implementing value-added impact area, address water scarcity, agricultural, food system, and environment. This action promotes scaling up the use and adoption of the indigenous, nutritious, drought-resilient crops as a means to address the water scarcity. The solution we developed must reflect the interconnected nature of the water security, agri-food system, and climate resilience. For this reason, aging actions, strong political winning, innovative solutions, and enhanced financing are needed to manage fresh water in an integrated manner to achieve the SDGs. Bring the WASAG into the Roma Water Dialogue is a new opportunity. From the very silo, professional dialogue become the big, comprehensive dialogue. That's also, I encourage all of you to transform WASAG to the Roma Water Dialogue. Otherwise, you will still play your own business. No big politician interests you. Yeah? We need to cross the border, cross the silos to work together. So together, we can leverage powerful solutions in agriculture to help achieve the global food security based on water availability, water accessibility, and water affordability by sustainable way. Let's transform water scarcity challenges into opportunities that will contribute to the four betters: better production, better nutrition, better environment, and better life, leaving no one behind. I thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Director General, for your inspiring message and also your personal support to the WASAG to make it more visible and impactful in the future. Now it's our great pleasure and our great honor to follow the video message by His Excellency Ulysses Correa Silva, the Prime Minister of Cape Verde, followed by the remarks by His Excellency Gilberto Silva, Minister of Agriculture and Environment of Cape Verde. Colleagues, can we have the video, please?
As minhas felicitações ao Sr. Diretor-Geral da FAO, Ku Dongyu, e aos ilustres delegados. O Sr. Diretor-Geral felicita a FAO pela liderança contínua e pela visão estratégica que tem demonstrado na promoção de diálogos globais sobre um dos maiores desafios da humanidade, a escassez da água. Muito gostaria de estar presente convosco neste importante diálogo de alto nível, o WASAG. Tento compensar, no entanto, enviando-vos este vídeo mensagem. No entanto, o governo de Cabo Verde está bem representado pelo nosso Ministro da Agricultura e Ambiente. Ele transmitirá a nossa visão e o nosso total engajamento com os objetivos da WASAG. Cabo Verde tem sido testemunha dos efeitos das mudanças climáticas sobre os recursos hídricos limitados. Temos implementado estratégias resilientes para a gestão da água e da agricultura, com o objetivo de reduzir a dependência de fontes subterrâneas de água e maximizar a eficiência hídrica associada às energias renováveis. A Praia Call for Action, adotada durante o Fórum WASAG em fevereiro de 2023, reforçou a nossa convicção na importância de uma ação coletiva e eficaz. Cabo Verde continuará na linha da frente, promovendo soluções inovadoras e sustentáveis para enfrentar o desafio da água e da energia adaptado às condições climáticas do país. Desejo os maiores sucessos aos debates e decisões que serão tomadas neste encontro em Roma. Muito obrigado a todos e que este seja um evento de grande impacto para o futuro sustentável na gestão da água e no desenvolvimento da agricultura.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, following the video message by the Prime Minister of Cabo Verde and on his behalf, allow me to greet everyone and congratulate FAO for organizing this high-level event. The increasing water scarcity in agriculture, exacerbated by climate change, calls upon us all to accelerate the implementation of solutions that allow us to overcome its harmful effects and favor the sustainability of agri-food systems. The Global Framework on Water Scarcity in Agriculture, WASAG, under the leadership of FAO and in partnership with the countries and specialized organizations, indeed offers a great opportunity for this purpose. The decisions taken and the work done up to now encourage us to reinforce this fruitful cooperation, mobilizing more financing, more knowledge sharing, greater innovation and technology transfer. As a Sahelian small island developing country, Cabo Verde has always faced water scarcity and must deal with it daily. This reality was confirmed in loco by the Director General of FAO, whom I would like to thank once again for his recent visit to our country. Immersed in the water scarcity environment, we did not hesitate to embrace immediately and with conviction FAO's WASAG initiative. We reaffirm our commitment to WASAG and will continue to give our support according to our means. Please allow me to mention the main solutions that my country is committed to implementing in terms of managing water scarcity in agriculture and increasing the resilience of this sector. The circular water economy approach through the safe reuse of treated wastewater in agriculture, desalination of seawater for agricultural production, drip irrigation systems, and hydroponics. The implementation of these solutions was only possible with the support of our partners. Our efforts will be maintained to test and to adopt all technologies that can be adapted to our reality and allow us to improve water management in agriculture. It is our firm conviction that these policies are only effective if integrated with the strengthening of water governance, technical training, the promotion of innovative, efficient, and intelligent production practices. We are also aiming at increasing our investments in renewable energy, reinforcing the water, energy, food, environment nexus. Likewise, we are focused on improving our agri-food systems, reinforcing our food and nutritional security. Aspects such as nature conservation, especially biodiversity, and productive inclusion policies associated with the poverty elimination and increased opportunities for women and youth are of paramount importance. Ladies and gentlemen, Cabo Verde calls on other member states and partner organizations to join and ensure greater political support to this important instrument, which is WASAG, because together we are stronger and we can go faster and further. In this manner, we will be contributing in a more effective and supportive way to achieve global and country objectives in terms of increased agricultural production to guarantee food and nutritional security. It is an opportunity for us to accelerate the fulfillment of the Agenda 2030. I conclude by wishing a very fruitful and successful dialogue and looking forward to seeing WASAG emerge once again, strengthened and consolidated. Thank you very much.
apologize for a little technical glitch, but we have the full video, and then we're going to publish the video of His Excellency later on our website. Thank you, Your Excellency, the President, the Prime Minister of Cape Verde, and also thank you, Your Excellency, the Minister of Agriculture and Environment of Cape Verde. We really greatly appreciate the leadership role of Cape Verde has played in the WASAG and the future role in leading the WASAG Steering Committee. Indeed, Minister, it was you a few years ago that you took the bold decision at the 8th World Water Forum that hosted the WASAG, the first WASAG International Forum in your own country, which really injected the energy and also the ownership of the WASAG process. Excellency, thank you. Thank you so much. Now it's my great pleasure to invite His Excellency Li Guoying, the Minister of Water Resources China, to deliver his remarks. Minister Li, please.
尊敬的曲东玉总干事，尊敬的各位部长、各位嘉宾、女士们、先生们，感谢联合国粮农组织的邀请，很高兴与各位共同参加全球农业水资源短缺框架罗马高级别水对话，在全球农业、粮食安全保障和水安全保障形势日趋严峻的形势下，联合国粮农组织举办本次对话会，对于提升农业粮食体系水资源综合管理水平具有重要意义。中国是农业大国，特殊的地理和气候条件决定了水利是农业的命脉。近年来，中国水利部深入践行习近平总书记节水优先、空间均衡、系统治理、两手发力治水思路，采取了一系列有力举措，不断提高水利对农业粮食生产的保障能力。一是大力发展现代化灌区，通过建设系统完备、安全可靠、集约高效、绿色智能、循环通畅、调控有序的国家水网，优化水资源配置总体格局，新建和改造了一大批现代化灌区，建成了较为完备的农田水利基础设施体系。截止2023年底，中国建成大中型灌区7300多处，耕地灌溉面积达到7164万公顷，在占全国56%的耕地面积上，生产了全国77%的粮食和90%以上的经济作物。二是推进农业节水增效，出台节约用水条例，实施水资源刚性约束制度，开展国家节水行动， 加强用水总量控制和定额管理，推进农业水价改革、用水权交易、节水技术发展。截至2023年底，中国高效节水灌溉面积超过了2700万公顷，每公顷灌溉用水量降至5205立方米，保障了中国在农业灌溉用水总量基本稳定的情况下，灌溉面积不断扩大，粮食产量连年增加。三是强化灌区科技赋能，积极开展数字孪生灌区建设，推动农田灌溉自动化、灌溉方式高效化、灌区管理智能化，根据作物种植结构、播种面积、生育阶段及需耗水规律，自动生成灌溉方案，建成水利部灌溉试验总站、灌溉试验中心站、灌溉试验重点站3级站网体系，有力支撑灌区精准供水和用水户科学灌溉。四是增强农业防灾减灾能力，建立健全以流域为单元的防洪工程体系、雨水情监测预报体系、水旱灾害防御工作体系，强化预报、预警、预演、预案功能，将水旱灾害对农业生产的影响降到最低。例如，2022年夏秋季节，长江流域遭遇了60年来最严重干旱。我们通过科学调度长江干支流75座大中型水库，精准范围、精准对象、精准时段、精准措施，保障了1200多万公顷秋粮作物灌溉用水需求，实现了大旱之年粮食丰收。上述一系列举措，为中国实现粮食生产20连丰、粮食产量连续9年稳定在6.5亿吨以上提供了有力支撑。中国已占世界9%的耕地、6%的淡水资源，养育了世界近20%的人口。女士们、先生们，水资源是农业粮食生产能力的决定性因素。为有效应对全球水资源形势复杂深刻变化，基于中国的实践和经验，我们倡议坚持节水优先、空间均衡、系统治理、两手发力治水思路，建立健全农业节水增效5项制度体系。一是建立健全 科学灌溉制度体系，实行用水总量控制和定额管理，根据水资源供给、农作物种植结构和需水规律，精准定额、精准灌溉。二是建立健全用水计量监测体系，提升农业用水计量监测的覆盖面、准确性、实用性，为强化农业用水需求侧管理提供有力支撑。三是建立健全农业水价政策体系，完善科学合理的水价形成机制，遏制不合理用水需求，引导节水灌溉，吸引社会资本投入灌区建设和管理。四是建立健全节水市场制度体系，推动用水权市场化交易，健全节水奖励机制，调动农业用水户节水的积极性、主动性。五是建立健全节水技术及服务体系，推广先进实用的节水灌溉技术，实行专业化指导，提供便利性服务，提升高效化水平。女士们、先生们，中国正在致力于建设农业强国。中国水利部愿同世界各国和国际组织一道，在全球发展倡议引领下，加强交流合作，共享经验技术，支持联合国粮农组织全球农业水资源短缺框架各项行动，携手应对全球农业水资源短缺挑战，为实现联合国2030年可持续发展议程农业与水相关目标做出更大贡献。谢谢各位。
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Li, for your insightful remarks and sharing the Chinese experience, as well as the proposals for the global collaboration on the WASAG in the future, and your commitment as well. Now, I would like to invite Her Excellency Mekkie van Henneken, Special Envoy for Water, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, to deliver her remarks. Please.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, water friends and agricultural friends. It's an honor to address you today on behalf of the Kingdom of the Netherlands at the Rome Water Dialogue on water scarcity in agriculture. Like many of you, I've dedicated my entire professional life to fighting poverty and hunger. I've taken pride in our collective achievements as year after year we saw reductions in poverty and food insecurity. Unfortunately, this trend has reversed. Driven by economic shocks, conflict and climate change, nearly 1 billion people are now food insecure. This is unacceptable. And water engineers, water managers like myself have an important role to play here. Because water is the cornerstone of food production. As you all know, agriculture accounts for over 70% of water use, and significantly impacts our water systems through drainage, pollution, and overuse. To feed the world, we must manage our water resources efficiently, and that needs collaboration between people working on agriculture and water managers. The Kingdom of the Netherlands, through our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is a founding member of WASAG and has served on its first interim steering committee in 2017 and 2018. This is because we are aware that the challenges of addressing water scarcity in agriculture require collaboration for food security, for nutrition, for nature, as well as for peace. The Netherlands is a water country. We're proud of our tradition of water management. When you think of the Netherlands, you don't think of a water-scarce country. Our problem has often been too much water. But these last few years, we've become increasingly aware that agriculture in the Netherlands is being affected by climate change in the form of seasonal water-related issues, such as water scarcity. As a country deeply committed to addressing agricultural challenges, we recognize the critical importance of innovation. Solutions ranging from optimizing current production processes, as well as solutions for long-term systemic change for agriculture and for nature. By developing multiple parallel strategies with different timeframes, we hope to ensure global food security, while at the same time dealing with the increasing challenges of water scarcity in its many facets, as well as protecting nature. As a low-lying delta country, we are also increasingly facing salinity intrusion. We are aware that these challenges will only continue to increase in the future with rising sea levels and increasing threat to both our agriculture production as well as to the quality of our nature conservation. For that reason, we're working on developing appropriate responses together with private sector, such as farmers, the financial sectors, seed companies, as well as with our research institutes and civil society. We do this within the Netherlands in our bilateral cooperation, as well as in our multilateral role. In the Netherlands, our government and our parliament has decided that water and soil are used as guiding principles in all our spatial planning decisions. Because we know that with water scarcity and with increased flood risks, not everything is possible everywhere anymore. Despite regional differences, valuable joint learning that takes place by working together from different perspectives, we can learn from each other, also in these kind of policy issues. We wish to share with others dealing with similar issues the know-how we have developed in the Netherlands, as well as what we've learned from working overseas. At the same time, we also wish to learn from others and use your know-how to make our water management and our agriculture better. The Netherlands is learning from WASAG. We've asked our university in Wageningen, the WUR, to look into how the FAO farmer guidelines on soil and water management in salt-affected areas that were prepared by the WASAG Working Group on saline agriculture are applicable in our country, and to see how Dutch farmers might benefit from them. The Netherlands has also collaborated with WASAG and other institutions such as the Asian Development Bank, the Free University of Amsterdam, to promote saline agriculture at 3 consecutive COPs of the UNFCCC. We appreciate and actively use the work also done by other working groups of WASAG, for instance, the one focusing on capacity building and training. Another example of our commitment to finding innovative solutions for water scarcity is our support to initiatives like WAPOR, which plays a crucial role to measure sustainable water management in agriculture and is implemented here at FAO. WAPOR provides accurate data and information on water use in agriculture, essential for informed decision-making and water allocation. WAPOR also allows monitoring of water productivity, and it's used in a wide range of applications that can benefit a broad range of stakeholders, including farmers, water managers, and policymakers. These kind of initiatives with better data can contribute to better and more informed use of water resources and a sustainable increase in agricultural production. The Netherlands is proud to be the convener of the Global Commission on the Economics of Water. And it's exactly today that their final report was launched. And if you open the newspaper, The Guardian, The New York Times, CNN Today, you actually see articles about the report. And I think the report, again, brings together the water sector and the agricultural sector. So I encourage you to read the report and use it in your work. The Netherlands reaffirms our commitment to support WASAG, and we look with interest to its new operating mechanisms. It is time for all countries to be actively involved in WASAG through a member-led steering committee to further the multilateral actions on saline agriculture at several levels and to strengthen the international collaboration towards a more impactful WASAG. We also look forward to partnering with non-state actors, such as the private sector, civil society, and different groups. And of course, we hope that youth, the next generation, can get a voice also in WASAG. We congratulate FAO and the Land and Water Division for organizing this Rome Water Dialogue and for bringing together the agricultural community and the water community, because we can learn from each other and we need to cooperate. The Netherlands is looking forward to support WASAG, to work with other countries towards accelerating food security and water security. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Your Excellency van Henneken, for your strong support to the WASAG, both at the individual level, but also by the Netherlands. Now I invite Mr. Andres Gregorio, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture, Rural Development of Cyprus, to deliver his remarks. Please.
Dear colleagues, excellencies, distinguished guests, it is an honor to join you today at the Global Water Scarcity in Agriculture Dialogue. I extend my sincere appreciation to the organizers and participants for their dedication to addressing water scarcity in agriculture, one of the most critical challenges of our time. As climate change worsens, water scarcity increasingly threatens agricultural productivity and food security worldwide. Droughts and changing rainfall patterns are disrupting the livelihoods of farmers and deepening food insecurity, particularly in vulnerable regions. This is not just an agriculture issue. It impacts economies, ecosystems, and communities globally. The Rome Declaration emphasized the need for efficient and sustainable agri-food systems. With a global population expected to reach 10 billion by 2050, it is crucial to adopt innovative water management practices. Collaboration is essential to protect ecosystems and the resources they provide. Recently, Cyprus hosted the Euromed 9 Agricultural Ministers meeting, which focused on water scarcity. The joint declaration signed by 9 ministers of agriculture coming from Mediterranean members of the European Union outlined the following 5 key priorities. First, sustainable water management. Second, strengthen Mediterranean cooperation. Third, integrated legislative approaches. Fourth, support for the European water resilience strategy. And fifth, a water conservation culture. Your Excellencies, dear colleagues, dear friends, we strongly believe that in this battle, everyone has a significant role to play and that global collaboration is essential since this challenge concerns us all. Let us commit to robust and transformative actions to address the pressing water challenges in our agri-food systems. By embracing integrated water resources management, we can ensure food security, protect livelihoods, and safeguard the well-being of future generations. Now is the time to act and pave the way to secure a sustainable and water-secure future of all. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Andres Gregorio, for your support. Now I invite Her Excellency, His Excellency, Youssef Bala, Permanent Representative of Morocco to the United Nations Organization in Rome, Morocco, to take this stage.
Thank you. Merci. Je délivre ce message au nom de M. Nezar Baraka, ministre de l'Équipement et de l'Eau, qui n'a pas pu être parmi nous aujourd'hui. Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs les ministres, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs les ambassadeurs, Mesdames et Messieurs, c'est avec un immense honneur que je prends part aujourd'hui au dialogue de haut niveau de Rome sur l'eau. Ce cadre, consacré à la lutte contre la pénurie d'eau dans l'agriculture, se tient à un moment crucial pour l'avenir de nos ressources en eau et la sécurité alimentaire mondiale dans un contexte d'incertitude climatique. Je tiens donc à remercier l'FAO d'abord pour son invitation, mais aussi pour son leadership et le rôle important qu'elle joue au niveau mondial pour assurer la sécurité alimentaire des populations et les efforts déployés pour chercher des solutions de résilience et d'adaptation aux situations de pénurie d'eau, particulièrement dans les zones arides et semi-arides. Et ce n'est pas fortuit que le Grand Prix mondial Hassan II de l'eau, dans sa 8e édition, a été décerné à cette organisation. C'est en reconnaissance de son engagement envers l'agenda mondial de l'eau et de la sécurité alimentaire et pour ses efforts visant à améliorer la disponibilité de l'eau pour la production agricole et améliorer les revenus, et en hommage à toutes les initiatives et projets qu'il a mis en œuvre sur le terrain pour nourrir des millions de personnes de par le monde. Mesdames, Messieurs, la pénurie d'eau est un défi planétaire touchant de nombreuses régions du monde, y compris le Maroc. Notre pays, à l'instar de beaucoup d'autres, est confronté à une pression accrue sur ses ressources hydriques en raison du changement climatique, de la croissance démographique et des besoins croissants en eau des différents secteurs, et particulièrement pour l'agriculture qui demeure un pilier important de notre économie nationale. C'est ce dont témoigne plus particulièrement son poids dans le PIB, autour de 12%, et son statut de pourvoyeur d'emplois pour une frange importante de la population, près de 38% de la population active occupée, sans omettre le rôle central du secteur dans certaines régions du Royaume. Le Maroc est passé, durant ces dernières 6 années, par une situation hydrique difficile et que nous vivons encore aujourd'hui et qui a été marquée par une tendance à la baisse des précipitations et des cumuls pluviométriques en deçà de la moyenne, ce qui a engendré un déficit hydrique chronique jamais enregistré en comparaison avec les périodes de sécheresse passées. Cette situation s'est traduite par une exploitation excessive des aquifères qui dépasse largement le volume d'eau renouvelable annuellement pour des fins d'eau potable, mais surtout agricoles, entraînant ainsi une baisse significative du niveau d'eau dans ces nappes et une diminution de leurs réserves en eau. Dans certains cas, cette surexploitation a engendré la diminution des débits des sources, l'assèchement de quelques sources et lacs naturels, ainsi que la détérioration de la qualité des eaux souterraines, comme pour le cas des aquifères côtiers. Mesdames et Messieurs, sur haute orientation royale, le Maroc a adopté le plan national d'alimentation en eau potable et d'irrigation 2020-2027, lequel plan a contribué à atténuer la gravité de la situation hydrique. Un plan réalisé en parfaite coordination avec les parties prenantes et qui a visé l'accélération des investissements dans le secteur de l'eau pour faire face à la problématique de la pénurie de l'eau. L'accélération de la réalisation des projets de l'eau a été mise en exergue, encore une fois, dans le discours royal à l'occasion de la fête du Tron, le 30 juillet dernier, où Sa Majesté a insisté sur l'impératif d'une mise à jour continue des leviers de la politique nationale de l'eau et sur la définition d'un objectif stratégique, quelles que soient les circonstances, garantir l'eau potable à tous les citoyens et couvrir 80% au moins des besoins d'irrigation sur tout le territoire national. Cette orientation stratégique, qui aura pour but d'assurer la sécurité hydrique et alimentaire des populations, se verra concrétisée à travers notamment la mise en place des barrages dans les bassins les plus arrosés, mais aussi à travers un programme important de dessalement de l'eau de mer, avec un objectif d'atteindre environ 1,7 milliard de mètres cubes dessalés en 2030. La réalisation des grands projets de transfert d'eau entre les bassins hydrauliques et le renforcement de la réutilisation des eaux usées épurées pour arroser les espaces verts. Le Maroc a mis en place plusieurs stratégies et politiques nationales hydriques et agricoles pour améliorer la gestion de l'eau dans l'agriculture, notamment à travers la reconversion vers une irrigation efficiente, 2 millions d'hectares irrigués actuellement, 800 000 hectares en irrigation localisée, le recours aux énergies renouvelables et la sensibilisation des agriculteurs aux techniques d'économie d'eau. Néanmoins, pour la réalisation de ces projets structurants, le pays, comme pour les autres pays de la région, reste affronté à plusieurs défis liés, entre autres, à la gestion des sous-murs, le coût de l'énergie, la surexploitation des eaux souterraines, le traitement des lixiviats, l'envasement des barrages, la réduction de l'évaporation sont autant de sujets que seule la recherche et développement peut contribuer à trouver des solutions novatrices et adaptées aux différentes spécificités et contextes national et régional. Mais nous savons que ces efforts nationaux doivent être soutenus par une coopération internationale renforcée afin de disséminer les bonnes pratiques, mais aussi de transférer les technologies et renforcer les capacités des pays dans ce domaine, d'où le rôle important que joue la FAO qui nous réunit aujourd'hui autour de ce dialogue. Mesdames et Messieurs, ce dialogue de haut niveau représente donc une étape cruciale pour renforcer la collaboration internationale face aux défis de la gestion de la pénurie d'eau. Il représente une bonne occasion pour mettre en exergue le rôle de l'innovation et la créativité, la recherche et développement et les nouvelles technologies dans la recherche des solutions novatrices contribuant à l'amélioration de la valorisation de l'eau, son économie et l'optimisation de son usage, tout particulièrement dans le secteur agricole. Aujourd'hui, il est impératif de reconnaître que la gestion durable des ressources en eau dans l'agriculture est non seulement une question de survie pour de nombreuses communautés rurales, mais aussi une condition nécessaire pour garantir la résilience de nos systèmes alimentaires. Et c'est dans cette perspective que nous devons nous féliciter d'abord de l'engagement collectif de nous tous, institutions gouvernementales, organisations intergouvernementales et internationales et autres, et de la volonté d'élaborer une déclaration de Rome sur la pénurie d'eau dans l'agriculture et une feuille de route incluant les actions à mener durant les années à venir. Je vous invite donc à faire preuve d'audace dans vos propositions et d'ambition dans vos engagements et examiner les différentes possibilités de partenariat entre les différentes institutions aussi présentes. L'avenir de l'eau, de l'agriculture et de la sécurité alimentaire en dépend. Je vous remercie.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much, Excellency, for your support and indeed the recognition of the King Hassan II Great World Water Prize. It is a recognition of FAO's broader partnership and successful collaboration with all the member countries. And it's also the recognition of our commitment to secure both food security and water security. Thank you so much. Indeed, our Director General also provide additional matching funding to encourage us to do better and to provide much better support to all the member countries. Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite Her Excellency Christina Bent, Ambassador, Permanent Representative of Switzerland to the United Nations organizations in Rome, to deliver her remarks. Please, Madam.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Directeur. Excellences, messieurs, dames, je vais m'exprimer naturellement en français. C'est un honneur pour moi de prononcer ces quelques mots d'ouverture devant cette honorable assemblée à l'occasion du dialogue de haut niveau sur la rareté de l'eau dans l'agriculture. N'étant ni biologiste, ni hydrologue, ni météorologue, je ne me risquerai donc pas à vous expliquer comment l'eau transporte les nutriments, comment elle circule dans nos écosystèmes ou pourquoi le cycle de l'eau est si vital pour l'agriculture et les systèmes alimentaires. En tant que diplomate, je voudrais me faire l'écho d'un message qui ne cesse de résonner de plus en plus fort, non seulement dans les milieux scientifiques, mais aussi dans nos réalités quotidiennes. L'eau est une ressource qu'il nous faut préserver davantage. Nous avons à notre disposition les connaissances et les outils pour gérer l'eau de manière durable. Mes collègues l'ont rappelé dans leur discours. Les États membres de la FAO l'ont démontré il y a 2 semaines de là également, lors du comité de l'agriculture, où l'importance d'une gestion durable dans les pratiques d'irrigation a été réaffirmée. Mais l'action doit aller encore beaucoup plus loin. Imaginez un agriculteur qui voit sa production augmenter tout en préservant et en utilisant durablement les ressources en eau. Ses enfants pourront hériter d'une terre fertile et non d'un désert asséché. Telles sont les pratiques agricoles que nous devons encourager, celles qui intègrent donc des solutions fondées sur la nature, qui utilisent des cultures intelligentes sur le plan climatique et favorisent la santé des sols en contribuant au développement durable dans toutes ses dimensions. Ces pratiques qui associent la production agricole à la protection des écosystèmes, de sorte que nos actions d'aujourd'hui garantissent un avenir durable pour demain. Dans quelques instants, nous allons lancer le nouveau comité directeur qui doit nous permettre de relever ces défis. Permettez-moi de réitérer l'engagement et la candidature de la Suisse à cet effet. Nous sommes déterminés à promouvoir un dialogue constructif entre les pays. La Suisse bénéficie en effet d'une vaste expérience en matière de collaboration multipartite et notre expertise reconnue dans le domaine de l'eau nous permettra également d'apporter une contribution significative aux discussions et à l'avancement des travaux du WASAG. Par ailleurs, la Suisse attache une grande importance à la participation des citoyens, faisant de leur implication active un pilier central de notre démocratie. Ce dialogue de haut niveau, se tenant parallèlement au Forum mondial de l'alimentation, offre une occasion unique de lier les 2 thèmes de la jeunesse et la gouvernance de l'eau. Il nous semble essentiel de réformer les cadres juridiques et administratifs et de veiller à ce que les processus de prise de décision liés à l'eau soient plus inclusifs. C'est pourquoi la Suisse encourage les organisations de jeunesse ayant une expertise dans la gestion des ressources en eau à rejoindre le nouveau comité consultatif technique du WASAG. Dans ce contexte, nous tenons à exprimer notre sincère gratitude au président actuel du WASAG, M. Felix Reinders, et au vice-président, M. Stéphane Lacot, ainsi qu'aux anciens membres du comité pour leur travail précieux et leur contribution. Nous nous réjouissons de la poursuite d'une collaboration fructueuse à l'avenir. Enfin, l'eau devrait, selon nous, jouer un rôle central dans le multilatéralisme, en devenant une priorité essentielle dans les conférences internationales axées sur la santé, la sécurité alimentaire et le changement climatique. À cet égard, nous voudrions également adresser nos sincères félicitations à Mme Retno Marsudite, la nouvelle envoyée spéciale des Nations Unies pour l'eau de l'Indonésie, qui prendra ses fonctions en novembre. Nous lui souhaitons beaucoup de succès dans cette importante mission. Je voudrais naturellement aussi exprimer ma gratitude à la FAO et à tous ceux qui ont rendu possible ce dialogue de haut niveau aujourd'hui. Permettez-moi de rendre tout particulièrement hommage à l'engagement du Cap-Vert qui a joué un rôle clé au cours de ces dernières années, ce qui a déjà été souligné également par le directeur général de la FAO. Je me réjouis des discussions constructives qui vont suivre et j'espère qu'elles s'étendront au-delà des murs de cette organisation. Nous ne saurions manquer de rappeler à quel point toutes les initiatives qui permettront de nous rapprocher de l'objectif du développement durable numéro 6 et de tous les objectifs du développement durable sont naturellement les bienvenus. Je vous remercie pour votre attention.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, Ambassador Christina Bent, for your encouragement and also your personal support, as well as the support by Switzerland to the WASAG throughout the years. Now I invite Mr. Andreas Roque, President of Council for Agricultural Research and Analysis of Agricultural Economics, to deliver the remarks on behalf of His Excellency Francesco Lollo Brigida, Minister of Agriculture and Food Sovereignty and Forestry of Italy. Sir, please.
Excellencies, these colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me say that it is a pleasure for me to convey the greetings of the Italian Minister of Agriculture, Food Sovereignty and Forest, Francesco Lollo Brigida, and his wishes for a fruitful and successful high-level Rome water dialogue on WASAG, organized within this interesting framework of the World Food Forum 2024. What we can say, first of all, agriculture today faces global challenges. Climate change threatens traditional practice productivity and sustainability, while exponential population growth compels us to think in terms of greater efficiency and less environmental impact. This challenge directly engages us at CREA, the organization I have the privilege to lead as we promote a vital issue concerning water, not only in our specific role, as the largest agricultural research body in our country, but also at an international level, where we participate in numerous initiatives focused on sustainability and sustainable water management. Italy, alongside the international community, has mobilized all necessary resources, effort to ensure proper water management in agriculture amid water scarcity, as food security and water availability are profoundly interconnected. Indeed, droughts today are already a leading cause of crop failures, in many regions worldwide, further intensifying food security crisis, especially in the most vulnerable countries. More, we also feel deeply this issue in Italy, where water scarcity has a serious impact, especially on small-scale farmers, who make up most of our agriculture sector. I would like to take this occasion to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Q Dongyu, Director General of FAO, for the outstanding work he has accomplished over the years and for this unwavering commitment to fostering collaboration among countries as institutions. The effort made by FAO and WASAG in providing assistance and adapting the ongoing challenges we face in combating water scarcity is absolutely remarkable. Italy participates in WASAG through the national coordination group that brings together the country's leading institutions and public research bodies to address water management challenges in a unified way. One key initiative from this collaboration is a project developed in partner with the FAO and Cape Verde, which led to the creation of a technical document providing an integrated approach to irrigation system and design and management, addressing economic, agronomic, engineering, and environmental aspects to enhance water productivity while preserving local ecosystem. Therefore, I would also like to extend my gratitude to the Prime Minister José Ulises Pino de Correia and Silva, Prime Minister of Cabo Verde, as we have undertaken many other initiatives with this country, including the ongoing research collaboration agreement between Cabo Verde National Agriculture Research and Development Institute, the so-called INIDA, and our CREA. Finally, I would like to invite all those present to continue to strengthen international collaboration and to seize a very opportunity to promote innovation and effective action on water for sustainability development. Our commitment, concluding, will continue in this and other fora. In this regard, I'm pleased to inform you that in the 2026, Italy will host the first Euro-Mediterranean Forum on Water, which will be another, I think, important occasion for holding a high-level dialogue on water. So let me conclude saying thank you all once again for your attention, and I wish you a productive continuation of the work ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Andrea Rocchi, and also please kindly convey our appreciation to His Excellency, the Minister of Francesco Lollobrigida. Now I'd like to request our technical support team to project the video message from Mr. Alvaro Lario, the Chair of the UN Water and also the President of International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD.
Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, thank you for inviting me to speak today. Today's focus on water scarcity in agriculture reflects the concerns of billions of people. FAO data show that around 40% of the global population live in agriculture areas with severely constrained water supplies. It is worth pausing a moment to think of that visually. An agriculture area without water very quickly ceases to be an agriculture area at all. Small-scale farmers are at the front line of this climate-driven crisis. They produce 1/3 of the world's food and up to 70% of food in developing countries. But they are increasingly struggling with water challenges, including drought and unpredictable extreme rainfall. And let's be clear, the impact on food systems is not just hunger and human suffering. It is also conflict and migration. With a growing population, demand for our finite supply of water is growing. How we manage the water and food nexus now will either underpin or undermine global public health, peace, and prosperity for decades to come. Dear colleagues, as we know, agriculture accounts for over 70% of freshwater withdrawals, making the sector both a contributor to and victim of rising water stress levels. Improving water use efficiency in our food systems is imperative. In Cambodia, IFAD is backing Camp Science, a tech startup that enables farmers to control irrigation from their phones. They can also track data like soil moisture and air temperature, leading to better crop yields and less water waste. And in the arid provinces of southern Mongolia, water shortages have hit hard, fueling tensions between pastoralist communities. IFAD has funded the drilling of deep wells across 6 of these provinces and training on better pasture management. More predictable water supplies combined with more sustainable use of that water has meant competition for resources has decreased, and so has conflict. These examples show the future of agriculture, but we have a lot more to do. The water and food crisis is already destabilizing large parts of the global population. It promises to get worse without urgent action. We need policy coherence at all levels to drive action that will help the most affected countries cope. The global framework on water scarcity in agriculture is playing a vital role in galvanizing stakeholders. A key commitment of the Water Action Agenda, the framework has already fostered key partnerships with the Rio Conventions, and it is the embodiment of the kind of integration called for in the first ever UN system-wide strategy for water and sanitation, just launched in July. So as UN Water begins the collaborative implementation of that system-wide strategy, let's work together to ensure we complement each other's efforts and accelerate towards a water-secure future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lario, for your personal leadership also as the chair of the UN Water. Excellencies, honorable ministers, distinguished guests, WASAG partners and friends, ladies and gentlemen, the opening ceremony is now concluded. Now let me invite all the high-level speakers to join the audience from the first row, and then invite all of us to watch a video on water scarcity in agriculture. Thank you. Thank you. It's a wonderful video. Now let me kindly invite His Excellency, the Minister of Agriculture and Environment of Cape Verde, to take the floor and moderate the next session on the establishment of the country-led steering committee of the WASAG. Excellency, please.
The video has been inspiring, and I would like to thank producers for highlighting the complexity of water scarcity in agriculture, the need of action, and what we can be done on the ground if we work together. This is what WASAG is about. So it is my pleasure to represent my Prime Minister, José Ulisses Correia Silva, who is, as of today, the chair of the WASAG Steering Committee. The process of establishing the member-led steering committee has been a consultative one. I invite Mr. Li Feng to take us through the outcome of this process, for which I congratulate the 6 FAO regional groups which have so far submitted to the nomination of their members in the steering committee. Please.
Thank you, Excellency. And yes, we prepared a few slides for me to give you an update regarding the result of the nomination. And for those you who attended the preparation meeting at the end of April, so we already presented the idea and also the process. We already published also the TOR and also call for express of interest. And indeed, we already collaborate and support the different regional groups in this discussion to explain what is the role of the steering committee and what are the nomination criteria. So that's the very open and also collaborative process. Can I have the slide, please? So my team also joined a number of regional consultation meetings to provide the background information regarding this process. And also both the TOR of the country-led steering committee and also the call for expression of interest were published on FAO's members' gateway. I cannot remember all. Yes, thank you so much. Next slide, please. Yes, I think for those who joined the preparation meeting, probably you remember this figure. And indeed, this figure is trying to explain the new modality of the WASAG in the future. If you read the slides from the right, certainly the right, we have all the key members and steering committee and also the plenary assembly, which are the decision-making bodies of this partnership. While on the left, either the working groups or task force, the technical advisory committees, and also the WASAG International Forum. They are the technical arm of this partnership that provide the technical suggestions and also collaborate among the partners, among the countries to develop the knowledge product so that can fit into the WASAG partnership. And my division, the Land and Water Division, adds the secretariat to host the WASAG. And then we have the responsibility then report to the COAG, the Committee of Agriculture. So report on the activities of the WASAG, but also through that reporting, then we could also seek the guidance and the instructions from the COAG process. Next, please. As you see in the TOR of the WASAG Steering Committee, I think there's majorly 4 roles we suggested for the Steering Committee. It's really, the steering committee really provide the overall the ownership and ensure it's the ownership by all the FAO members, but also largely to provide a strategic oversight and the directions to the WASAG partnership, as well as to have to mobilize both political and also financial and also in-kind contributions to this partnership. And also we expect the steering committee could meet at least once a year. And I think given the technologies, very often we could meet even virtually through the Zoom platforms. The terms for the steering committee members is 2 years, and it's a renewable once. So maximum member can join this steering committee maximum for 4 years. And the nomination process, basically we use the similar formula of the program committee and also the finance committee in terms of membership from FAO member countries. So we invited the 7 regions, FAO regions, to discuss and nominate the members from that region. Next. And so specifically on the composition, so we proposed, okay, that's one chair, as we already mentioned, but also 2 vice chairs, and that will also certainly consider both the geographical but also the gender balance. And then we have basically 12 members at the ministerial or ambassador level representing 7 FAO regions. For example, for the large regions like Africa, Asia, Europe, and Central Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean, Near East and the North Africa, those are the large regions. We have 2 members. And then North America and also Southwest Pacific have 1 member in this steering committee. And then we stressed the 2 international financial institutions to represent the IFIs, as well as 1 member from FAO, and also the chair of the technical advisory committee as both as ex-officials. Next. Yeah, so basically this is the result come out from this nomination process. And for Africa region, Cape Verde is already the chair. That's already confirmed. And then in addition, we have the member from Morocco and Zimbabwe. For Asia, it's India and Indonesia. For Europe and Central Asia, it's Switzerland and the Netherlands. Both countries also provide the names. Switzerland is Her Excellency, the Ambassador Bende. And then for the Kingdom of the Netherlands, it's the Water Special Envoy, Madam Van Heineken. And then for Latin American and Caribbean, it's Honduras and Mexico. Then for Near East, it's Egypt and Jordan. For North American region, it's United States of America. In the same process, and we also very pleased to receive the nomination of Madam Van Heineken as the vice chair of the steering committee. At this stage, we're still waiting for the nomination from Southwest Pacific region as 1 seat, as well as look forward to another nomination of vice chair. Next. Then for the other members, we will waiting for the members to nominate 2 international financial institutions. And for FAO, it will be me, myself, representing the FAO and also the WASAG Secretariat. And then for the Technical Advisory Committee, which has not yet established, so we were waiting for the establishment of the Technical Advisory Committee, and then the committee will be electing a chair who will be also join the steering committee. Next. I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope that's explained so far the steering committee. Thank you.
Thank you. I invite you to congratulate the members of the steering committee of WASAG and applaud them, their countries, and the regions they represent. I particularly ask you to applaud His Excellency Mrs. Meik van Ginneken, Special Envoy for Water of the Netherlands, to accept to serve as the Vice Chairman of WASAG. We look forward to another member of the steering committee volunteering to also serve as vice chairperson. The responsibility is now on us to ensure that we respond to the expectations from our members to collaborate in finding the required solutions to water scarcity, mainly in agriculture, which affects all our countries and our regions. Together, we will take advantage of the commitment of the WASAG partners to benefit from their technical expertise for the benefit of our countries. We will rely on the advice of the technical advisory committee that will be established soon. I take this opportunity to congratulate the outgoing steering committee for the outstanding work that they carried out on the voluntary basis, exemplifying the spirit of WASAG. May I ask those members of the outgoing steering committee who are here in the room to please stand up. This is the congratulation. The WASAG Secretariat has prepared certificates that will be given to each one of the outgoing steering committee. We conclude now this part 2 on the establishment of the steering committee. We are now moving to part 3 of this event on the adoption of the Rome Declaration on Water Scarcity in Agriculture. And now I invite us all to read the Rome Declaration that was submitted for consultations soon after the technical preparatory meeting of 29-30 April 2024. Several countries made comments, including China, the European Union, on behalf of its 27 member states, Tunisia, and United States of America. We also received comments from the youth. I would like to also acknowledge the active engagement and consultative process with FAO regional groups who provided their insight during the regional groups meetings. And of course, we'd like also to acknowledge the comments of Switzerland to improve this declaration. And let me assure you that after the comments we received as late as early this week, the final version was submitted for translation soon after, and the versions of the declaration in the 6 FAO languages are available and will soon be posted to the FAO members' gateway. I have been advised that most of the comments were taken into account. Some comments have been deferred to the WASAG strategy, which will be developed after this meeting. We will hear about the process later today. Now I invite the technical team to display on the screen the Rome on the screen the Rome Declaration on Water Scarcity in Agriculture. So please. Thank you for your attention. The declaration was displayed slide by slide. I will now invite some statements in support of the Rome Declaration on Water Scarcity in Agriculture. I would like to give the floor to the United States of America.
Thank you. Water is a vital resource. We need it. Plants need it. Animals, big and small, need it. In short, water is life, and not only do we depend on water for survival, but everything we eat also depends on it. Unfortunately, water scarcity and water stress in agriculture are serious challenges that threatens all of us. Unless we find ways to sustainably manage the Earth's stressed water resources, we will need a third more water to produce additional food needed for the planet's growing population. This is why the Global Framework on Water Scarcity in Agriculture was created and why we are here today. The United States would like to thank FAO for its leadership and vision throughout the development of the Rome Declaration on Water Scarcity in Agriculture. We appreciate the open and collaborative process by FAO. It's not always easy for member countries to find consensus, but with your flexible leadership, we are able to endorse this document and encourage other members to do likewise. We believe that the Rome Declaration on Water Scarcity in Agriculture will serve as a solid foundation for WASAG, and we look forward to collaborating further with FAO and other countries in WASAG. Thank you.
Thank you. Another country statement. So thank you so much. It means it is very consensual. We have heard this contribution supporting the declaration. Yes? So we have Paraguay. I give you the floor.
Muchas gracias, señor moderador. El Paraguay valora los esfuerzos realizados por el Marco Mundial sobre la escasez del agua en la agricultura, con miras a encontrar soluciones con respecto a la escasez de agua en la agricultura y el estrés hídrico. No obstante, notamos que en la Declaración de Roma que nos convoca se hace referencia al concepto de tenencia del agua, entendido como la relación jurídica o consuetudinaria entre personas en cuanto a individuos o grupos con respecto a los recursos hídricos. Los sistemas de tenencia determinan quiénes pueden usar qué recursos, durante cuánto tiempo y en qué condiciones. Resaltamos que esta terminología aún no está incorporada en los tratados internacionales ni en la legislación interna de algunos Estados miembros. En el caso del Paraguay, las aguas, tanto superficiales como subterráneas, son propiedad de dominio público del Estado y su dominio es inalienable e imprescriptible y rige el principio legal según el cual el Estado paraguayo posee la función intransferible e indelegable de la propiedad y guarda de los recursos hídricos nacionales. Asimismo, el Estado puede conceder el derecho al uso del agua destinado al abastecimiento de las necesidades del usuario y de su familia. Por lo tanto, atendiendo que el concepto de tenencia del agua no se encuentra definido en el marco jurídico del Paraguay ni en los convenios internacionales a los que adhiere el mismo, y hasta determinar su alcance y compatibilidad, el Paraguay no puede adoptar la presente declaración y solicita que quede constancia. Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much. More requests? So if not, we can continue. We have heard these two contributions supporting the declaration, while acknowledging that some members might not agree with it. We didn't listen to it. I invite those members and partners who are supportive to the declaration to raise their hands for its adoption. Let's applause and we consider the statement adopted. and we recommend that it serves as one of the bases to guide the development of the WASAG strategy 2025-2031. So thank you very much. And now I'd like to invite Ms. Meik van Ginneken, a special envoy for water of the Netherlands, Vice Chair of the WASAG, to chair the session of the WASAG strategy for 2025-2031.
Good afternoon again, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to have become the Vice Chair of the Global Framework on Water Scarcity in Agriculture. Look forward to advancing the role of water in agriculture and the role of agriculture in water management during our tenure as a steering committee of WASAG. So let me chair the following sessions on the WASAG strategy and the session on the dates and venue of the next meeting. Can I invite the WASAG Secretariat to present the roadmap of the WASAG strategy for 2025 to 2031? Please go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair of WASAG, and congratulations on your elections. So it gives me pleasure to introduce to you the roadmap towards a WASAG strategy for 2025 to 2031. And I insist that it is a roadmap that cannot go into the level of detail that we went through a few months ago when we discussed elements of this strategy. So the outline of this presentation will first show you the current vision and mission of WASAG, as well as the proposed 4 pillars of the new strategy, a sample of the current delivery mechanism, the working groups and task forces, the proposed operating mechanism of WASAG, which you already saw earlier on, the interlinkages between the WASAG strategy and the FAO strategic framework, as well as the proposed roadmap of a new strategy for 2025-2031. This roadmap will include, indeed, a review of the mission that you'll see, a review of the vision, a review of the theory of change that we're not going to present today, but that was presented already in April, a review of the hybrid model that we proposed also in April, as well as tentative timelines. So the current vision of WASAG is a world whose food systems are secure and resilient to increasing water scarcity in a changing climate. The current mission is to support measurable, significant, and sustainable progress on improving and adapting to sustainable agriculture systems in conditions of increasing water scarcity and a changing climate using the combined expertise and resources of the partners. 4 pillars of the WASAG strategy that are proposed. The first is on catalyzing policy development. The second one on expanding research and technical innovation. The third one is on supporting capacity building at country level. And the last one is mobilizing increased investments. The current delivery mechanism are first the existing working groups, which are all led by partners other than FAO. We have 6 working groups, one on drought preparedness, another one on financing mechanism, one on silent agriculture. We heard about the work of this working group earlier on. Sustainable agriculture, water use, we also heard about it from Italy. Water and nutrition, water and migration. Then the new task forces that were proposed in prior, and the list is not exhaustive, includes ecosystem-based solutions, dryland agriculture, drought-resilient crops, and conventional sources of water, farmer-led irrigation development. And farmer would mean the youth, women, and anyone else. So cross-cutting themes that will have to be taken into account in the new strategy would include communication, gender, the youth, and governance. I would like to state that in the past steering committee, the youth and the gender were all represented as the vice chairs of the steering committee. You have seen this graphic. I'm only showing it to illustrate where the delivery of the working groups and task forces go. Their work will be then reviewed by the Technical Advisory Committee and leading to the International Forum, which is a technical event where it's like a fair where everyone comes to showcase the work that they are doing and network. So we expect that this strategy will reinforce this role. And indeed, now in the new mechanism of structure of WASAG, the International Forum is provided for as a de facto body of WASAG. And then on the right-hand side, the partners will report to the steering committee, and the steering committee to the plenary assembly that will convene every second year. The linkages between the FAO strategic framework and the FAO and the WASAG strategy for 2021 with the 4 pillars, with the working groups and the task forces, that is a complicated diagram, but you can see that the 4 betas are critical also to the work of WASAG. You will see also that the end date of the WASAG strategy is 2031 to coincide with the end of the current FAO strategic framework. This will be detailed when we develop the new strategy. So a proposed roadmap, we started already actually before that in 2023, in February, we presented the first outline of the strategy. Then it was presented at the technical preparatory meeting that we had on the 29th, 30th of April. Then today we have adopted the Rome Declaration, which will inform the strategy. And it is possible that in this iterative process that we might have to even refine the declaration to make sure that they are consistent with the strategy. Then between October this year, that's today, and February 2025, we will initiate a process to review the vision, the mission, the theory of change, the priorities, the hybrid model, the working groups, and the task forces, and there will be targeted consultations. I think WASAG has mastered the art of consultation, either online or webinars, and contribution through documents. We have experience with that for quite now a number of years. Then the consultations will take place to review a first draft. We will post it in the same way as we posted the first WASAG strategy, and it will be then in April revised by the Technical Advisory Committee for quality control, and then submitted to the steering committee in 2025 with the hope that by the second half of next year, it will be adopted. I would like to thank you and look forward to your contributions to the different steps of this strategy. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I note that we now have to give flesh to the strategy as outlined by the WASAG Secretariat, so that as a steering committee, we own it and offer ourselves the opportunity to make a mark in turning the challenges of water scarcity into opportunities for food security, nutrition, resilient agri-food systems, and water security. Thanks also for presenting a clear process and a timeline to do just that. I would like to invite comments from member states, followed by WASAG partners. Let's see which members would like to take the floor. I see no requests for members. I would like to now give the floor to partners from WASAG, starting with the members of the outgoing steering committee. You get 2 minutes each. I think we have the former chair, Felix Reinders, for a statement. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. First of all, congratulations to the new steering committee, the country steering committee of WASAG. As you know, WASAG came to being 2016 with all the partners that really worked hard and brought it where it is today with the excellent support of FAO and the Secretariat. And we would wish them all the best for the next term. And it's a new chapter where WASAG has moved into to be impactful and to really address the issues at hand. Thank you very much to all the outgoing members of the steering committee, the vice chair, Laku Stefano, he's sitting right in front of me from the youth. Then, of course, Marit Verhoef. They all worked hard in terms of the guidance that were given with our partners. So congratulations, and we trust that WASAG will go from strength to strength. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Former Chair. And I will have to learn whether it's WASAG or WASAG. Can I invite Peter McCormick for the Daughtry Water for Food Institute? You're on, but a little bit closer to the mic. You need to press it.
Oh, it's on now. Yeah, don't give me the keys. Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Thank you all. I would particularly, I'll echo my colleague Felix's comments without repeating too many of these, but I would like to thank Dr. Li Feng from the Office of Land and Water Management and the Secretariat from WASAG. What Jean mentioned earlier about how masterful they've become with webinars and online engagement, that really truly helped WASAG through the COVID crisis and allowed COVID to continue, allowed WASAG to evolve through that situation, and it was a particular strength that I observed at the time. I think there's been enough has been said about the challenge. What I'm particularly excited to see in this water and agriculture space is to see the buy-in now from the country members and to elevate this issue. An opportunity, I think it's both an opportunity and issue. And I think talking for my colleagues within the present steering committee, we remain committed to the WASAG process and supporting this process as best we can going forward. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Peter McCormick. Let me invite Marco Arcieri from ICIT, the International Commission on Dams and Drainage.
Marco is at the present moment in a meeting with His Excellency from China. So unfortunately, he could not be here, but he would like to express his gratitude and also congratulations to the new steering committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you for making that statement. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Of course, I totally agree with my colleagues. It was a wonderful experience to start up WASAG. I started right from the beginning. I think it was somewhere in 2008, here in Rome, together with Jean, who was the first, who started the job at the Secretariat at that time, I believe. And I'm amazed and grateful that it's gone so far, that we now have countries who will support WASAG. And, I would really like to thank the Secretariat as well, because without them, especially in the time of the COVID, it would not have been possible, and we probably would have died out. And instead of dying out, we recovered and got stronger and stronger. I hope that, of course, I was the vice chair for gender to keep that going. So I hope that in the next steering committee, the gender will be high on the agenda, because I still think it's needed. I mean, this morning I saw 9 or 10 people and only 2 were women. It's not that women don't have anything to say, but I think especially at a decision-making level, we have to continue to be involved. But thank you to my former committee. I enjoyed it, and I hope to be able to continue to support WASAG in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Vice Chair. As a representative of a country with a feminist foreign policy, I'll take up your challenge of having gender high on the agenda. Let me once again thank the steering committee, the outgoing steering committee, for services over many years and really giving an impetus to this WASAG initiative. And I also just would like to second all their praise for Mr. Li Feng here and his team. We still have, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Chair, and congratulations once more for your election. I am Stéphane Laco from Water Youth Network, the former co-vice chair of WASAG. Thank you very much to FAO for supporting WASAG, first of all, to all the partners who believed in the water scarcity as an issue, but also who committed to work to turn it to an opportunity. I'll also thank all the former steering committee, because they actually accepted youth within, and they really collaborated a lot with us, with a lot of commitments within dialogues, within decision-making processes, but also giving us room to say what we think about what was going on WASAG. And I will specifically thank the consultation process that was going on during the World Food Forum. We were very impressive, and we had a lot of youth who appreciated it. I think over the 75 partners, we have few youth organizations, and in the cross-cutting position that where we put the youth and the gender, I think more and more youth-led or youth organizations have to be included as partners, so as to be more supportive of the efforts going on at the various levels, be it the Technical Advisory Committee or working groups. So that is one of my wish as we are passing it to the new steering committee. And with the new structure, which is member state-led, we also call the various states to also support the development of WASAG work at the country level. So once more, thanks very much for the support that we had from the Land and Water Division, from the WASAG Secretariat, and for all the partners and the countries who are engaged on WASAG. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your service on the steering committee. I'm just looking around whether there's any other outgoing steering committee members. No. So let me now invite the youth representative to also make a shared statement for 2 minutes. Please go ahead.
Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nada Zamel.
And my name is Maggie Marco.
It is our great pleasure to intervene on behalf of the World Food Forum Youth Assembly. The World Food Forum Youth Assembly serves as an open and inclusive platform for young people to co-create and engage in discussions about various agri-food system-related issues, including water scarcity in agriculture. Guided by the Youth Policy Board and in partnership with the World Youth Parliament for Water and the Water Youth Network, we have come together to share our perspectives and call to action on the crucial topic being discussed at this high-level meeting. The Youth Declaration on WASAG reflects the collective voice of 2 thematic sessions, a survey, and extensive offline and online consultation with youth stakeholders. As youth, we are committed to co-creating the solutions in the domain of sustainable agricultural water use, which are so urgently needed.
In light of the ongoing water crisis, we, the youth, call for immediate concrete actions to ensure that future generations can inherit a world where water and land resources are managed sustainably and the agri-food systems are safeguarded. We call on FAO members and WASAG partners to commit to strengthening the meaningful and effective participation of youth, women, indigenous people, and farmers in all levels of decision-making within WASAG. This includes promoting structured engagement through outreach, mentorship, and intergenerational dialogue, ensuring the voices are consulted, heard, and acted upon in relevant bodies and initiatives. Support capacity building, mentorship, and training in sustainable water management and governance across both formal and non-formal education settings. Facilitate peer-to-peer knowledge exchange platforms and promote intergenerational learning to ensure the transfer of expertise across generations with a focus on empowering young innovators through scaling up their initiatives. Guarantee equitable access to financial, technical, and knowledge resource for youth-led innovations in sustainable agricultural water management. Resource youth-led global and regional partnerships, and through an interdisciplinary approach, foster collaboration across sectors between public and private actors that empowers youth to address today's challenges. We urge a human rights approach that recognizes access to justice and accountability as essential components of water management, enabling youth to hold systems accountable, influencing outcomes that shape their future and the communities they represent. To achieve resilient agri-food systems and safeguard livelihoods in a time of accelerating climate change, we must protect the entirety of the global water cycle, taking into account both green and blue water. The economic, humanitarian, and ecological cost of inaction is too great, and it is we, the youth, and the next generations who will most acutely experience the consequences.
We, the youth, remain unwavering in our commitment to shaping a more sustainable future, and we are determined to contribute to the global framework on water scarcity in agriculture. We hope that our voices will be heard and that our perspectives and demands will be reflected in the 2025-2031 WASAG strategy. Our work is just beginning, and we look forward to begin an integral part of the solution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I give the floor to the ladies over there.
Distinguished delegates, experts, and gentle people, my name is Bine, and next to me is Ida, and we are the Dutch UN Youth Representatives on Biodiversity and Food. At the heart of our food systems is water. It gives us life. Thus, mismanagement of the global fresh water depletes and pollutes not just water resources for human beings, but also for thousands of other species. As the world's natural water reserves dwindle, so do the populations of animals and plants dependent on that water. Climate change, with its erratic rainfall, droughts, and floods, exacerbates this injustice. This requires changing our ways with water. Through agroecological practices, we can achieve water savings using drought-resilient plants, smart irrigation, agroforestry, rainwater catchment. These are practices that improve water retention in soils, help communities withstand climate shocks, conserve water, protect water quality, and support biodiversity. We as youth should be active contributors and will inherit the consequences of today's decisions. By giving youth a seat at the table, you empower us to co-create solutions that are resilient, innovative, and just. We congratulate the work done so far by the Water Youth Network and echo the message of them for more youth participation. This can be achieved throughout collaboration across all Rio conventions and to involve their respective youth constituencies, namely the Global Biodiversity Youth Network, YOUNGO, and the UNCCD Youth Caucus. Youth perspectives on water scarcity should be fully integrated into knowledge sharing, policy, and decision-making processes.
The connections between water, food, biodiversity, and climate are critical and dictate the survival and death of ecosystems and communities. We as youth are calling for more integrative approaches that address these interconnections. And yet, we see our governments, big corporations, and international institutions carry water in one hand and fire in the other. By continuing subsidies for and investments in industrial, water-intensive agricultural models that leave vulnerable communities high and dry. We will not address water scarcity in agriculture unless we fundamentally change our food systems and the power structures that control them. Water is much more than a resource. It is our common good that we must share equitably between all living beings and between present and future generations. It is also, as was said before, a fundamental human right. And yet, all around the world, water is extracted from communities and ecosystems by powerful corporations and wielded as a weapon of war by governments. In France, we have seen mass protests against mega water reservoir projects, and in occupied Palestine, water has been used as a means to control populations for decades. Today, there is barely a safe drop of water that can be drunk left in Gaza. Let this water dialogue be a stark reminder that water isn't just technical, it is political. And it is our responsibility to ensure that it is accessible for all, especially the most vulnerable. Today's report by the Global Commission on the Economics of Water is a harsh reality, and it might have left a bitter taste in our mouths. So please, let's all take a deep breath and drink some water while we still have it.
Thank you very much to all the youth representatives for making their voice heard and hearing from the next generation. We look forward to the next step outlined in finalizing the strategy, and I find all of us, members and partners, to be involved. I'm sure that together we can make sure that we have a strategy that will make a real impact on the ground. So let's go forward to the next part of the agenda, which is the dates and the venues of the next meetings. And I would like to invite the WASAG Secretariat to take us through the presentation on the dates and the venues of the next meeting. Please.
Thank you again. We wait for the presentation to come. So we will discuss the dates and venue of the next meetings, consisting of first the next plenary assembly of WASAG, following the first two assemblies that took place in Capo Verde, 2019 and 2023, and then the plenary assembly. The hosting of the third and future WASAG international forums has to take into account the fact that the first and second WASAG International Forum took place in Praia, Capo Verde in 2019 and 2023, hosted by the government of Capo Verde in partnership with Switzerland and Italy for the first forum, and in partnership with Switzerland for the second forum. We heard the speeches from the Prime Minister and the Minister of Agriculture explaining the plight, the peculiar plight of Capo Verde. Despite their challenges, they are bound to find solutions in a very innovative way to deal with water scarcity in agriculture, and our Director General alluded to it also in his speech, because he said he was in Capo Verde 2.5 months ago and he was impressed by the resilience of the people of Capo Verde. Therefore, it's only befitting that Capo Verde offered Praia as the capital city of WASAG. And I would like to ask us to applaud Capo Verde for the offer. You will therefore understand that in the call for action that we have just adopted, we have decided that the forum will be hosted on a rotational basis by other members. Ideally, regional rotation. However, failing to reach regional rotation, it can be held in the same region. Failing to have a host from any region at all, Capo Verde stands ready to host by default any future forums of WASAG. The principle of co-hosting, because we are partners, as you've seen for the first forum, you can see on top there, the picture is about the second, actually the publication on the second WASAG International Forum. You can see the logo of Capo Verde, FAO, and Switzerland to the far right. So in this case, in future forums, Capo Verde will always be a co-host. Whether it's held in Capo Verde or elsewhere, there will always be a co-host because they will always be involved. Now, the decision to host the next forum needs to be taken at the plenary assembly of the previous year at the latest. Ideally, the sooner we know, the better. As we stand now, we still don't know where will be the venue of the next forum next year. The clock is kicking, and we are hoping that we'll get calls of expressions of interest. So indeed, we'll expect such submissions. The call will be posted on the members' gateway, but you need not to wait for the call to be posted because time is running. If you are ready, we are happy to talk to you, and you can write to us at the 2 email addresses that are shown there, and we'll engage you immediately, and because it takes time to organize. Then, coming to the plenary assembly of WASAG, it will take place also as stated in the Rome Declaration every second year, starting from 2026, here in FAO and most likely in this room. We have received queries about the synergies or relationship between the Rome Water Dialogue, which is to take place every year, and the plenary assembly of WASAG. And I would like to clarify that the Rome Water Dialogue of the year when the plenary assembly takes place, the Rome Water Dialogue that year will consist of the plenary assembly of WASAG. So there won't be 2 different meetings. The role of the plenary assembly of WASAG is different from the international forum. The international forum is a meeting of experts and always go in the field to have first-hand experience of the reality on the ground. The plenary assembly will be like this, where, led by the steering committee that was elected today, we will take stock of WASAG progress and mostly agree on priorities for the next 2 years. So the date of the first plenary assembly will be decided during the meeting of the first steering committee during the first meeting of the steering committee that was established today. Such a meeting, including the one that we are holding today, always has to take into account the quite complex calendar of the 3 Rome-based UN agencies, and I'm sure that we'll find a suitable date for 2026. With that, I thank you and give you back the floor, Madam Chair.
Thank you. I would like to thank the Secretariat for another clear presentation. I understand we're already in October 24 and that the 3rd International Forum of WASAG should take place in 2025. So keeping that in mind, is there any member who wishes to offer to host the next forum, even before a call for expression of interest is still to be posted? I do not see any members stepping forward. So I take note that no country has volunteered yet. And we trust that the call will be posted shortly, and you already saw that you can also contact the office of Mr. Li Feng. The steering committee, with support of our secretariat, will keep us all updated on the date of the first plenary assembly of WASAG in 2026. And with this, I would like to conclude this part of this meeting and to hand over to Ms. Beth Bechtel to moderate the closing ceremony of this high-level dialogue on WASAG. But before doing that, I would really like to thank Mr. Li Feng and the WASAG Secretariat for the excellent preparation of this meeting. With that, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Her Excellency, the Water Envoy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Madam Van Henking. And now we come to the closing session, closing ceremony. Both our Deputy Director General and also our Director General, they are on their way, given their busy engagement with other bilaterals, and also surprisingly, that's way ahead of our agenda. But maybe we can use this a few minutes again to show the video message from His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Cape Verde. For technical reasons, we couldn't really hear well the message. Can we put up his video message again?
As minhas felicitações ao Sr. Diretor-Geral da FAO, Ku Dongyu, e aos ilustres delegados. O Sr. Diretor-Geral felicita a FAO pela liderança contínua e pela visão estratégica que tem demonstrado na promoção de diálogos globais sobre um dos maiores desafios da humanidade, a escassez da água. Muito gostaria de estar presente convosco neste importante diálogo de alto nível, o WASAG. Tento compensar, no entanto, enviando-vos este vídeo mensagem. No entanto, o governo de Cabo Verde está bem representado pelo nosso Ministro da Agricultura e Ambiente. Ele transmitirá a nossa visão e o nosso total engajamento com os objetivos da WASAG. Cabo Verde tem sido testemunha dos efeitos das mudanças climáticas sobre os recursos hídricos limitados. Temos implementado estratégias resilientes para a gestão da água e da agricultura, com o objetivo de reduzir a dependência de fontes subterrâneas de água e maximizar a eficiência hídrica associada às energias renováveis. A Praia Call for Action, adotada durante o Fórum WASAG em fevereiro de 2023, reforçou a nossa convicção na importância de uma ação coletiva e eficaz. Cabo Verde continuará na linha da frente, promovendo soluções inovadoras e sustentáveis para enfrentar o desafio da água e da energia adaptado às condições climáticas do país. Desejo os maiores sucessos aos debates e decisões que serão tomadas neste encontro em Roma. Muito obrigado a todos e que este seja um evento de grande impacto para o futuro sustentável na gestão da água e no desenvolvimento da agricultura.
I'm so glad this time it works very well. Thank you, the technical team, but also really appreciate the leadership support from the Cape Verde and also the personal leadership by His Excellency, the Prime Minister, to champion for the WASAG and hold the WASAG flag in the past and also for the future. I understand our Deputy Director General and our Director General is on the way to come back to the plenary. They could be arriving here in any second. And let's again replay the video of the water scarcity that we showed after the opening session. Can we have that nice video again? Thank you. Good. Thank you so much. I think, yes, the DG and the DDG is coming in 1 minute. Let's wait. Yes, we can stretch our legs, yes. Good, thank you. Thanks for talking.
Kill me. Sorry, no, normally we did a count two for the closing. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. We understand that we may have kept you all just a bit waiting, but I take that as a very good sign that you have been extremely efficient and very deliberate and intentional in all of your discussions today at FAO's high-level Rome Water Dialogue on WASAG. It's a pleasure to be moderating this closing ceremony. For those of you I've not had the chance to meet, my name is Beth Bechtel. I'm Deputy Director General here at FAO and have the distinct pleasure currently to be working very closely with Li Fang and overseeing the work of the Land and Water Division at the time being. So with that, FAO Director General Dr. Chudong Yu, Your Excellency Minister Gilberto Silva, representing the Prime Minister of Capo Verde, Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, WASAG partners and friends, and ladies and gentlemen. It is really a pleasure to be here this afternoon to really, I think in many ways, congratulate all of you for your very great accomplishments, which I am sure the Director General will touch on in his closing remarks. The discussions and the decisions that you made here today mark the beginning, I believe, of a new era for WASAG and FAO's leadership role in really taking on important issues around water. And as the DG often says, it's time for action, and we also need to make sure that we walk the talk. And so it is now my distinct pleasure to first of all congratulate His Excellency Ulysses Correa Silva, the Prime Minister of Capo Verde, for agreeing to serve, I think as of today, as the chair of the new WASAG Ministerial Steering Committee. And with that, I would like to invite His Excellency Gilberto Silva, the Minister of Agriculture and Environment for Capo Verde, to deliver his closing remarks. Minister.
Excellencies, FAO Director General Chudong Yu, dear partners, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I will be brief. On behalf of the people of Cabo Verde, I am very pleased that today we have taken this important step to collaborate together as members and partners to address water scarcity in agriculture in a decisive manner. Yes, we have always made many steps that started at the UNFCCC COP22 in Morocco in 2017. The decisive step to discuss the hosting an international forum in Praia during the 8th World Water Forum in Brasilia, as mentioned by Mr. Li Feng, Director of Land and Water Division. The rest is history. And now we are looking at the future, where together we will make sure that water scarcity is not a daunting challenge, but a tremendous opportunity to demonstrate our collective ingenuity. I thank and congratulate all the members for this day, which means a lot for Cabo Verde, hence our commitment towards WASAG. I thank all the partners for your dedication. You have taken WASAG there it is today. And you, FAO Director General Chu Dong-yu, for your leadership, as well as Mr. Li Feng, the Director of Land and Water Division, and your staff for your dedication. Cabo Verde is honored to chair the steering committee of WASAG. We will count on all of you, members and partners, to make our journey impactful. Make sure that no one is left behind. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister Silva. Please do extend all of our expressions of gratitude to the Prime Minister and your other colleagues. We really do appreciate the leadership and the commitment that Cabo Verde has made to taking on this new and very important role with the Steering Committee. So without further ado, it's now my pleasure to invite FAO's Director General, Dr. Chu Dong-yu, to close out the high-level Rome Water Dialogue hosted here at the World Food Forum focused on WASAG. Director General, over to you.
Rightly say, I think now first time to see the best back the process describe what this forum. Yeah. Her English more precise than me. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and dear colleagues, congratulations on the adoption of the Rome Declaration on Water Scarcity in Agriculture. I think that's the beauty, you know, the Rome, all the road leads to Rome, not leads to Cabo Verde. That's a challenge. I prepare 5 years for myself to traveling to Cabo Verde with my passion, with my dedication, because I come from the Brazil on the way back through the Valley Lisbon. From Lisbon back to, but if it's from Brazil, the Rio, I can swimming, you know. So that's the reality of the left the consequence of the, unfortunately, it's a consequence of the post-colonialism. I should say that's still there. I encourage all of you, you used to have a lot of colonies in the country, you take your responsibility to improve the transportation. So that's why I encourage my friend from Cabo Verde and the Prime Minister, of course, and even the former DDG, Semedo. We should move to here. Otherwise, you couldn't invite the ministers from Netherlands, from Morocco, Ambassador, Switzerland, and you name it, and the Chinese and others. That's the beauty of Rome. Now you become more local people to speak on behalf of Italiano. No, but we have to make some business. Otherwise, you know, it's difficult to travel to Cabo Verde. we appreciate your leadership and the coordination to make this WhatsApp function during the past almost 8 years, since 2016. But now the situation is changing. There are more and more key players willing to contribute, like Royal Netherlands. I didn't see the representative from Tajikistan. But next year, they will have the also global forum on water, because the president of Tajikistan invited me already. This confirms the Roma Water Dialogue is the professional platform for all the FAO members and the partnership. We appreciate your historic contribution, water. You can still keep play and not complain, play. Yeah. Today, we have seen that you already take the much needed collective action. Thanks to the members of the new steering committee of WASAG, who will ensure the highest level of political will and leadership. I thank to our partners for your dedication and engagement to help drive this initiative to be more strategic, more inclusive, and a truly country-lead partnership, like a global soil partnership also. We just offer some necessary support, and the global mountains also. Because I feel we touch, I come here 3 minutes late because the International Nuts and the Dry Fruit Council, they're willing to work with us. I really want to appreciate those senior people that started 50 years ago to have an International Nut Council. Nut is the balance between economy and the environment. The farmers that can grow the resilient nut fruits, dry fruit for the environment, greening, and so on, reforestation, and at the same time they can have the sustainable income. So we should get all the key players on the board, work together. I look forward for your continued contributions through the working group, task forces, and the new technical advisory committee. I assure you that FAO is fully committed to support WASAG for 3 key reasons. I said, I always help you to make bigger, not diminish or slow down. No, I always use your existing platform to make it bigger. I have no time to waste, be honest. So first, WASAG is one of our 8 commitments to the Global Water Action Agenda during the UN Water Conference. I speak to all the members, and not only FAO members here on behalf of most likely by the Minister of Agriculture and Food, but there is all the represented by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the leaders. So when I said that, even the drafted by the Li Feng, and I deleted a lot of things which I couldn't commit. I always change my speech, because they want to use my voice to commit on behalf of them. It's dangerous. I'm a FODG, I'm not your technical staff, P4, P3, P5, or even D1, D2. If I commit, I should try my best to help you to implement. Of course, I appreciate their technical support and also political willingness from members. But that's my role as a DG. I'll be very frank to you. Second, it is one of the main initiatives through which FAO contributed to the UN system-wide strategy for water and sanitation. That's SDG 6. So that's why I said I will take the professional role here, Roma Water Dialogue. I know that SDG 6 is not so much focusing, because FAO is the only one UN agency we have a division of land and water, but we are just our professional. We didn't play the leading role during past years since 2015. But I build up more and more, professional role. I don't want to destroy that arranged mechanism in the UN system. I should respect my sister agencies. Be honest. The third WhatsApp is an inclusive part of the platform in the FAO water journey. He said, he wrote the original is central. I said, what means central? The other is major, you are central. Yeah? Even we are 4 people, you are not on the central. I'm on the central. So the English we have to process, yeah? And it's part of the platform in FAO water journey. their WhatsApp. It's not essential, be honest. We only have one central. And to design, co-design, to co-implement in the integrated water resource management and solutions for food and water security. Dear colleagues, I look forward to continue again for the 2025 Rome Water Dialogue. He originally said 2026. That's your plan. It's not my plan. Yeah? So I promised you last year, every year I need a Roma Water Dialogue, no matter what the technical support, or WhatsApp, or others, or UN SDG 6 working group. I will keep, or Morocco, you can come also to support with your special fund. I really appreciate that you gave the word to FAO. It's keep myself working harder and better for you. And you gave the $500,000, praise the FAO contribution, and I immediately get another $500,000. So now he's getting $1 million to do the same thing. Yeah? So it's a very smart younger generation. So I think that we look forward to welcoming you again for 2025 Roma Water Dialogue, because next year, I said, you know that, it's the 80th anniversary of FAO. Why you 2026? Nobody care. Yeah? You didn't follow the real center. That's a real mainstream. You marginalized by yourself. That's a lot of silo games I try to kill in FAO. During the past 5 years, I will continue to kill the silos until I left. And of course, we need to ensure our collective progress in tackling water management in agri-food systems and rural development. Not only agriculture, agri-food system and rural development, including Netherlands. Rural areas, you have so many canals polluted by the livestock. We are not allowed to touch water when I was a student 30 years ago. Now, after 30 years, continue pollution. I think all the rural areas, canal, small canal river water is more polluted. That's the challenge. You are most advanced country in the world, especially in agriculture. Yeah, I was there in the winter, yeah, in the middle of the February this year, before Chinese New Year. I checked the Wageningen, all the small rivers, even west. That's come from the pollution of the livestock. Too much intensive. That's our sustainable model you set for our developing countries to follow, to learn? I don't think so. So it's not a challenge for developing countries like Cape Verde, like China, like Italy. Also, even the most advanced country agricultural system in the world, not only in Europe, Netherlands. So I think it's a big, big burden for us to tackle, to solve together in support of the 2030 agenda by agri-food system transformation and the overarching of the 4 betters. By the production, started with the soil and water. From the animals, not only produce a high yield productive milk, what is left for the water? Yeah, too much organic in the water. And better nutrition, better environment, better life. So thank you for your, because it's technical, it's not a political statement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director General. I don't think I'm going to try to further summarize your points, given the time that everybody has been here today, but maybe I can simply say how much I think everyone really appreciates the vision that you very personally have brought to these issues related to water. I think you have very clearly set in motion a new approach for FAO leadership in this space, whether it began with integrated water resource management as a very important theme of the FAO conference, the focus on water scarcity, which we are taking on here, the focus on water abundance, on water quality. All of these topics, I think, are obviously very relevant to every person in this room, to all of FAO's members, and I think really demonstrate a very strong opportunity for further FAO technical and policy leadership. So thank you very personally to you for the leadership that you've brought to all of us in this regard. And I also want to thank everyone who's here, because we know that this is a very, very busy week in this building. You have a lot of choices of sessions and forums and convenings and side events that you could be participating in. And the fact that we had all of you here for the last few hours around this very important topic speaks volumes to us about your commitment and your partnership with us in this very important area. I also would like to just do a couple of personal words of thanks. First, to Li Fang Li, the director of our Land and Water Division. Li Fang, thanks to you personally, but I know you have so many colleagues in the division who also deserve great recognition for their work. They're here, scattered throughout, I'm sure, the audience, but we do really appreciate that. And I think we should also give a round of applause to Maria Elena Semedo, our former Deputy Director General, who really has been instrumental in getting us to this very point and is now leaving it to some others of us to take on. She's leaving a lot of batons in this place, and we have to pick up them and be very deliberate with delivering. Also, of course, for all of these events, want to thank our logistics teams, all of the people who support putting together a meeting like this, always our interpretation team as well, because of the importance we place on making sure that all languages, the UN languages, are available here for an important discussion. Thank you to all of our colleagues. Please, a round of applause for them as well. And last but not least, if I have the time correct, I understand that we will be at 6:30. You have a little bit of time, but I understand there is a reception for this group of dedicated individuals on the 8th floor, 6:30. We hope to see you there. And again, thank you so much for being a part of such an important dialogue. Thank you.
And also, small surprise to the chair.
That's right.
No, brother is a brother, business is business. What I speak is a business. Now is a brotherhood.
To the brother.
No, because...
Very good.
You ask a translation from Li, Feng, Li Feng. 罗马上水润泽四方. So we should get the goodwill water from Rome to rinse, nourish all of the world. It's blessed from the Holy Father and also Asian civilization. And everyone needed a smooth life and created the smooth Roman water dialogue.
Terrific. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for your contribution to make it.
Beautiful.
像不批评的你很不进步，是做的很诚实。